Hello, guys. Welcome to your mini episode. Today is a little bit of a fun one, but not a fun one. It's exciting because if you're watching this, then you probably feel like you are moving into like your first healthy, secure relationship, which makes me so excited and very, very proud of you, boo. But welcome to hell. I'm just kidding. One thing that they often do not tell you about really moving into this space is that it is challenging AF. We actually really start to learn all the different ways that we are bracing ourselves, like from a nervous system perspective, all the ways that we're used to maybe dysfunctional patterns, communication, arguments, all of these things, because as you are moving to a more secure dynamic, you're often really met with this person who is also moving towards a very secure dynamic. And then where you would have in the previously had like a big rupture and had this big argument, now it's kind of met with compassion and understanding and insight. And you have all this energy and nervous system stuff that's like a remembrance of what was that needs to kind of be processed. And that's a very difficult place to be in because the more stable that person is, the more it echoes like our own traumas and our own unprocessed patterns and our own, self-limiting beliefs and all the ways that we're still keeping ourselves like small and stuck in our relationships. And the point of me telling you all of this is, which you probably even know by now being in this experience, is that it's a very, very normal experience. And it can be a very, very isolating experience because you're not really sure what to do with all of this information. And it can feel very like, oh my God, this stuff is just coming up and it's just punching me in the face. And like, what do I do with it? And my point of this entire video really is just to make you feel seen and heard and validated. And as it's coming up, rather than just, shifting through it and being like, okay, cool, like move it apart, really take what is coming up for you, write it out, journal it out, look at like what that experience is, and then really kind of drop into your nervous system and drop into your body and feel that experience. When we drop into our nervous system and actually like go to the part of you that might be mourning all the times that other people could have loved and supported you and failed to do so, we start to release a lot of that energy and emotion that's really stuck behind some of our reactions in our nervous system. So the more we kind of work through this stuff and process it now, the more it's actually going to help us when it comes to being less reactive and less triggered down the line. Because by now we all know that trauma is stored in the body. And I understand that that might sound very, very woo to some of you, but I promise you, like, if you do not process it, it does not just go away. It starts to shape the perceptions and the beliefs that you have. And then through your reticular activating system, the way that you see the world. Okay. So it really does wire you a certain way. So the more we can work through that, the better it just helps things down the road. Now, there are a few things that I would like to mention with this. Number one, address the parts that come up that need love and support and guidance. And you can do that through the process I just shared with you. Okay, this is your time to allow those protected parts to be seen and validated. The whole point of being finally in this healthy, secure relationship isn't that these things just disappear. It's that they come up now and we can integrate them and we can process them and also be seen in our experience by our partners. And it's a safe space for us to work through this stuff without being re-traumatized by falling back into the old patterns. Which brings me to my second point. Do not rush into oversharing, trauma bonding, throwing out all this stuff and just thinking that every pattern that comes up for you, you have to share with your partner. It's really important to remember that while, yes, sharing internally what's going on with us to our partners is extremely helpful, and I always recommend it, they're also not your therapists. And sometimes when we have done a lot of this work on our own, we kind of come in and we kind of come in hot and we want to share everything that's going on with us. But this is where it's really important to still have your girlfriends, to still have your therapist, to still have your journal, to have all these other tools available to you so that it's not just about every single layer coming up is a topic of conversation in your relationship, because it does actually get to a point where it can become exhausting for your partner to constantly hold that container, okay? Number 3, remember that safety can feel unfamiliar, and it can feel like chaos, and it can feel confusing, and it can feel like there's a lot happening because it's like this new space and you're not sure if you're doing it right, and you're not sure if you're settling, and you're not sure if all of these things are happening. And it's a lot for your nervous system, because sometimes our nervous system is such a fucking asshole, and it will try and talk us out of anything that's good for us because it wants to go back to everything that it's known. Okay, so all of these feelings, all of these emotions are so genuinely normal, and it's just such a big part of learning to sit with yourself in the discomfort and using the tools that you learn on your inner journey to soothe yourself and turn up for yourself and work through these parts and let them show you where you're still not free and where you still need a bit of love and a bit of support. And it honestly does get better. It does get better, and it gets easier over time, and it's like very much like a kind of short period of doing this and working through this. And I think that it's actually a really special part of your journey. Like, I look back at my one and I'm like, oh my God, like it was like every single day there was like a pattern or a story or this or that. And I just mourned so much of the girl that I was. And I even like struggled to let go of certain protected parts of me because they had become my friend, which sounds crazy, but they had literally become like my friend, and like they had looked after me, even though that they were not good for me. I literally had to do like transformational breathwork sessions, like trying to just be like, it's okay, like you can go, like, and then at the same time being like, no, I can't abandon them too. Anyway, it was a lot. Okay, it was a lot, and it is a lot. But anyway, now that we have those 3 little tools or insights, I mean, you guys probably know all of this, but it's really good just to hear it from someone who's A, been in it, and 2, has knowledge and education. But keep turning up for yourself, keep practicing your tools, keep doing all the things. And this was a really short mini episode, but I think it's one of the most important ones because, yeah, no one really tells you this, like, or acknowledges like it's okay. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week.